everybody. We are here today to talk about the transition from preschool to kindergarten. My name is Caitlin Stellato. I am the preschool social worker, as well as the community parent outreach specialist. With me today, I have Taylor Gilman, who is our preschool intervention and referral specialist. And our special guest today is Miss Gabriella Arabio from Ocean Township Elementary School, as one of our kindergarten teachers to help ease any fears and answer questions that you parents may have with this transition. So without further ado, we will get started here because there are going to be some changes within preschool to kindergarten. So one of the main things is it is an hour earlier. So kids will be starting at 8:30 opposed to 9:30 now. And another big change is nap time. There will be no naps in kindergarten. So you got a longer day with no naps in between. So Miss Arabio, if you want to kind of just talk about the typical day in your preschool class, what the schedule is like for the students, and kind of just walk those parents through what a day-to-day in Ocean Township School District kindergarten is like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I teach kindergarten at Ocean Township Elementary School. The students arrive at 8:30 and they come in and we kind of do like a soft start, a coloring, a morning meeting. But once the clock hits 9 o'clock, we get right into academics. Our morning starts with whole group and small group reading instruction, which is typically going over their letters and their sounds. We also do sight words, so words that they recognize by sight. And we'll do some grammar as well. After that instruction, we move into lunch, where we go to the cafeteria with the other kindergarten classes. The students go through the lunch line, they order their lunch, pass the lady their card, and enjoy lunch together. We each have our own table. After that, they go outside to recess on nice days, which is really awesome. They get to use the playground, which is different than their preschool playground. It's the playground that the whole school uses, but at that time, it's just for kindergarten, which is really nice. And they'll be able to see their friends from the other classes. After recess, we come in, and there is a science and social studies period. It's also a period where we write in our journals and do a story. So right now we're talking about space. So it's a lot of space reading, space writing, and things like that. After that, they get to go back outside for a little break and then come back in for a snack. And then we end our day with math whole group, math small group, and then they go to special. So the special varies each day. For my class this year, it's Monday gym, Tuesday library, Wednesday music, Thursday art, and then Friday gym again. And they really enjoy it. It's a nice way to end the day.
It is, and there are some similarities between preschool and kindergarten still with kind of some of the structure, even though it's more structured because you guys now will follow the bell schedule in kindergarten. And there's not so much free time that the preschoolers are getting right now, but there's still those fun activities that those preschoolers are still getting. So it is similar with being different and just a little bit more of that structured and really getting them prepped then for the upcoming grades.
Yeah, it's definitely a jump into academics. There's a lot of academic focus in kindergarten.
Now, go ahead.
And kind of going off of that, in our preschool program, we have a whole hour of our day where the kids are free playing in their different centers. Our preschool program is very child-directed versus teacher-directed. And as you just kind of said, we really hop into those academics once you get into kindergarten. And it's kind of all really teacher-led throughout the day.
Yes.
How do you guys kind of ease that transition for our kids coming into kindergarten and kind of adjusting to less time to be able to play with the toys and, have a little bit more leniency throughout the day?
Yes. So we do a lot of movement breaks, especially early on. The movement breaks will still kind of be geared to our learning. So like a letter dance or like a story dance regarding like our topic of the week. Lots of movement. In the beginning of the year, it's lots of repetition, lots of routine, getting them accustomed to sitting at a table for longer periods of times, raising their hand. But they get the hang of it quicker than you would think. It's really awesome to see the growth that they have. just from like week 1 even to like week 3.
Yeah. And a couple other differences that I noticed. One really big one is our preschoolers eat lunch in their classroom for the 2 years, and we do what we call family style. So they all have the bowls of all the corn or the salad, and they're all working together to scoop and stuff like that. But going into kindergarten, now they're eating in the cafeteria, and you're not there. They're kind of more independent. So that is something that stood out to me: lunch and as well as specials. Having that transition of where they're going somewhere else throughout the day. So if you could just kind of touch on that a little bit more, and kind of maybe even what parents can do to help their kids prepare for those new structures and times of the day.
So those times of our day are really great to build the students' independence. Some recommendations I would practice maybe is, like, for example, the lunch lady, it takes a while for her to learn everyone's name. So your child being able to say, "Hi, my name is Gabriella Arabia." And for lunch too, being able to kind of maneuver and open their lunch items. There are adults there to help, but there's like 30 to 40 kids in there at a time. So practicing like opening a lunchbox, tearing open a pack of apples, things like that. And then same thing for special. It's a great opportunity for them to be independent, to meet new people, to kind of explore new situations, and maybe just getting them comfortable with that, meeting new people, exploring things independently. But our special area teachers are great, and so are the staff in the lunchroom, so it's always a really nice environment for them.
I'm sure some of them will love the independence too, and being able to have a little bit of freedom to say, here's my lunch card.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy my lunch today. Another major difference, like I said in the beginning, was that no nap time. I know we're kind of like 50-50. Some of the 4 or 5-year-olds nap, some don't. So it might be an easier transition for the students who just kind of lay down during nap time opposed to actually fall asleep. Do you have any advice for parents at home to help transition out of that nap time?
I'd say, as like tough as it might be, like trying to keep them engaged with something. So we see it in kindergarten, and typically in the beginning of the year, our math is at the end of the day, and that's like when we tend to lose them, unfortunately. So trying to keep them engaged over the summer, giving them that routine of a longer day might help.
And I know you just touched on, that routine and, structure and stuff throughout the summer. What are some other things that parents can do throughout the summer to really help their children, really prep and be as prepared as possible come September for kindergarten?
Practicing their name would be a great one, like just saying it and spelling it. Identifying letters, numbers 1 to 10, some sounds, but there is a lot of time for growth in kindergarten, so those would be great steps to begin. But everyone comes in at a different start, and they all end right where they should be, so it's all good.
And it's amazing because a lot of like the community parks might have like the alphabet letters out on little play mats in there. So they could make the learning fun at home where, the kid might be like, well, I'm not in school. It's summer break. I don't want to learn. But they might be doing it in a way that they're not even realizing that, their parents are trying to keep up with that letter recognition.
Something else I like to recommend is just like reading to them. They don't have to be the reader, and they don't have to be the reader for a long time, but exposing them to books and to language, engaging in just conversations with them helps build their vocabulary and their understanding of letters and sounds.
And I think another thing, too, because it's still touched upon in kindergarten, is that social emotional learning and that learned through play type of thing. So I think it's huge, too, that parents continue that at home with those play dates, or, maybe encouraging their kid to, if they're at the park, to say, oh, you see that girl by herself, maybe go introduce yourself, see if she wants to go on the swings with you, down the slide with you. So then they're learning how to introduce themselves and make new friends in those public settings, because they might not be with, the same kids that they were with the last 2 years. So they're going to be coming in fresh in September with having to make those new friends.
Yeah.
And I know another big kind of transition for the children and for families too is homework coming into kindergarten. So you kind of give parents insights into, what homework is really looking like in kindergarten, the frequency of it, kind of like the skills that you're working on.
So our homework is primarily in our math instruction. We use Envision's math, and they provide homework for each topic. Homework, at least in my classroom, is optional. It's encouraged because it's a great way to build skills, but there will be mostly math instruction with the occasional like handwriting practice and reading practice.
Awesome. That's great.
Homework at home too also encourages like the fine motor is big, cutting and gluing, holding a pencil correctly. So those are also additional kind of resources I'd like to send home just to build that fine motor and improve those skills.
Awesome.
Which again could be fun for them to do in the summertime,
yeah,
especially on a
absolutely.
rainy day. So it's work without them
Play-Doh
realizing
is
that they're
great,
working.
yeah.
Yeah, right. All the
Which we
time.
like those activities for kids.
Yes, the Play-Doh and cutting and practicing writing your name, all of that great stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to leave the families with? Any other advice that you may have?
Kindergarten is a big jump, as we've said, but it's a great one. And I love teaching kindergarten just for the growth you see. From September to June, they grow tremendously, socially and academically. It's such a special year. So just be like open to the new challenge. It's a challenge, but it's a fun one.
Good. We're excited to see the students who are graduating on from our program to go into kindergarten. I think it's a good group across all the schools that are heading over to kindergarten. So we'll be excited to see them in the hallways and learn about their growth and how they're doing in it.
It is always great to see, working in the preschool world here in Ocean Township. It is always great to see, like you said, them in the hallways, or I know we recently visited your classroom as well, to kind of see we can really see the growth that they make, and it's so exciting.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love it.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Families who are preparing for their child to go to kindergarten, I hope this eases your mind up a little bit on that transition. We're here to make it a very smooth one for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out for us to continue helping any questions that you may have.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
ladies.
Thank you.